I'd like to provide an update on two fronts, both on first, where things stand on vaccines, and then second, to take stock of where things stand as a state. Let's start with vaccines. Right now in the United States, there are 4 vaccines that are in various stages of clinical trials. 2 of those trials are actually on pause right now because of adverse events that were detected in some of the participants of those trials. In general, one vaccine under investigation right now is manufactured by a company called Moderna. That trial remains active and is recruiting individuals as part of its phase 3 process. Another trial is on a vaccine manufactured by Pfizer, as well as a smaller biotech company. That trial too remains active. That vaccine is an interesting one because it requires ultra cold storage, both in terms of its transport as well as up until the time it is administered. A third vaccine under investigation is one that's manufactured in partnership between AstraZeneca, a pharmaceutical company, and Oxford University in the UK. That vaccine uses a slightly different mechanism to prompt an immune response. In the United States, that vaccine trial is currently on pause, although the trials have resumed in other countries. And finally, the last vaccine that's currently under investigation in the United States is one that's made in partnership between Johnson & Johnson and one of their affiliate companies, Janssen. That trial, just as of yesterday, was temporarily also put on pause, again, because of an adverse event that was detected. This vaccine happens to be an interesting one because it requires only a single dose. Now, one note on some of the pauses that have happened with some of these trials. These pauses are part of a planned and periodic review that occurs by an independent board of scientists. They are the ones who have access to those data on a frequent basis, and according to a preset algorithm, they know when to put the trial on pause and when to resume that trial. This is something that not only occurs in clinical trials, but is something that occurs according to a preset algorithm with the decisions made by an independent, unaffiliated board of scientists. Here in Maine, we are simultaneously planning for the arrival of a COVID-19 vaccine whenever that may be. And right now, we don't know when that will be. But we have been having productive conversations with stakeholders across the state and intend to continue those conversations. Our goal is to build a vaccination framework for distribution that is accessible, flexible, and equitable. But there remain questions, as some of the ones that I noted. For example, distribution will present a challenge because at this time, we don't know which of the vaccines that ultimately receive approval will have heat stability, which ones will require -70 freezers, and which ones might require normal freezers. Prioritization, too, is a topic that's on everyone's mind. But without knowing which vaccines will be available, when they will be available, and what their efficacy is in different populations, questions remain. It's also important to keep in mind that the day that a vaccine is approved will not be the day that COVID-19 comes to an end. Although a vaccine or vaccines will be helpful, they won't make COVID-19 magically disappear overnight. Vaccines take time to manufacture, to deliver, to administer, to start working in the body, and to start providing protection at the level of the population. That's why it's important that we as a state keep at it.